Why should an organization prioritize cybersecurity? Well, let's take a moment to ponder on that. In this rapidly evolving digital landscape, cybersecurity is akin to an immune system for an organization. It serves as the first line of defense against a myriad of cyber threats looming in the shadows of the online world. Imagine a data breach, for instance, where sensitive information is compromised. It's not merely about losing data. It's a catalyst for financial loss, which can run into millions, and a tarnished reputation that can take years to rebuild. The ripple effects are far-reaching, impacting not just the organization but its stakeholders, partners, and customers too. Moreover, with the increasing sophistication of cyber attacks, it's not a matter of if, but when an organization will be targeted. Therefore, proactive investment in robust cybersecurity measures is paramount. In the digital age, cybersecurity is not a luxury, but a necessity. The first step in a robust cybersecurity strategy is risk assessment. Risk assessment. It may sound like a dry topic, but it's the lifeblood of cybersecurity. It's the process of identifying potential threats and vulnerabilities in your systems and assessing the impact they could have if exploited. But why does risk assessment matter so much in cybersecurity? Imagine you're a ship's captain. You wouldn't set sail without first understanding the potential dangers of the voyage, would you? You'd study the weather patterns, the sea conditions, and the capabilities of your ship. You'd want to know every possible risk before you left the harbor. That's exactly what risk assessment does in the world of cybersecurity. Risk assessment helps us identify where our systems are most vulnerable. It allows us to spot potential weaknesses before they're exploited by cybercriminals. It's the equivalent of understanding where the holes are in our ship before we set sail. But identifying risks is only half the battle. Once we know what we're up against, we can start to formulate effective security measures. We can patch those holes, reinforce our defenses, and prepare for any storm that might come our way. And here's the thing about cybersecurity. It's not a one-and-done deal. The sea of cyber threats is always changing, always evolving. New vulnerabilities are discovered every day, and cyber criminals are constantly developing new methods of attack. That's why continuous risk assessment is so important. It's not enough to assess our systems once and then forget about them. We need to continually monitor and reassess our defenses, staying one step ahead of the cyber criminals. In the end, risk assessment is about more than just identifying threats. It's about understanding our vulnerabilities, putting in place effective defenses, and constantly adapting to a changing landscape. It's about taking control of our ship and navigating safely through the stormy seas of the cyber world. So remember this: risk assessment forms the foundation of a strong cybersecurity strategy. It's the first step on the journey, but it's a step that can't be skipped. Without it, we're simply setting sail into the unknown. Upon identifying potential risks, the next step is implementing appropriate security measures. Imagine you're a knight gearing up to face a formidable foe. You wouldn't go into battle without your shield and sword, would you? In the realm of cybersecurity, our shields and swords take the form of security measures like firewalls, antivirus software, and encryption. Firewalls, the first line of defense, act like gatekeepers. They monitor and control incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predetermined security rules. By blocking unauthorized access, they create a barrier between your internal network and the outside world, ensuring only the good guys get in. Next in our arsenal is the antivirus software. Consider it as your trusty squire, always on the lookout for malicious code or software that might harm your system. This software scans, identifies, and eliminates viruses, ensuring your digital fortress remains unscathed. Now let's talk about encryption, the invisible armor. Encryption transforms readable data into a coded version that can only be deciphered using a special key. Even if a cyber villain manages to steal your data without the key, all they would have is gibberish. The effectiveness of these security measures, however, isn't set in stone. Cyber threats evolve constantly, and so must our defenses. Regular updates, patches, and system checks are vital to ensure these measures continue to provide robust protection. And remember, security is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. It's about building a culture of security where every individual understands their role in safeguarding the organization's digital assets. We also need to consider physical security measures, because cybersecurity isn't just about protecting against virtual threats. Secure facilities, controlled access points, and surveillance systems are all part of a comprehensive security strategy. In the end, these security measures, when implemented correctly and updated regularly, act as a sturdy shield against cyber threats. They protect our digital assets, ensuring our operations run smoothly, our data remains confidential, and our reputation stays intact. Effective security measures act as a sturdy shield against cyber threats. An organization's cybersecurity is only as strong as its weakest link, which is often its employees. In the realm of cybersecurity, knowledge is power. This fact rings especially true when it comes to our employees. They are the ones on the front lines, the ones interfacing with potentially harmful emails, the ones navigating the vast seas of the internet daily. It is crucial, therefore, that we equip them with the knowledge and tools they need to protect, not just themselves, but the entire organization. Let's take a moment to discuss some common cyber threats. Phishing, for instance, is a tactic used by cyber criminals to trick individuals into revealing sensitive information. This is often done through seemingly innocent emails or messages that prompt the user to click a link or download an attachment. Social engineering is another common threat. It involves manipulating people into performing actions or divulging confidential information. It might be a phone call from someone pretending to be from IT support or a seemingly friendly chat with a stranger on a social networking site. But here's the good news. With the right training, employees can play a crucial role in preventing these threats. Training programs should cover the basics of cybersecurity, including how to recognize and report potential threats. It should also instill a sense of responsibility in every employee, making it clear that cybersecurity is not just the IT department's job, but everyone's job. Moreover, it's not just about one-time training. Cyber threats are constantly evolving, and our defenses need to evolve with them. Regular updates on the latest threats, refreshers on best practices, and continuous employee training are all critical components of a robust cybersecurity strategy. Remember, a well-informed employee can mean the difference between a minor hiccup and a major disaster. They are our eyes and ears, our first line of defense, and our most valuable asset in the fight against cyber threats. Informed employees are an organization's first line of defense against cyber threats. Despite the best precautions, cyber incidents can still occur. That's when an incident response plan comes into play. Imagine this scenario. It's a typical Tuesday morning, you're sipping your coffee, and out of nowhere, your systems go down. Panic ensues. But if you have a well-defined incident response plan, this seemingly disastrous situation can be handled with relative ease. An incident response plan is a structured approach to addressing and managing the aftermath of a security breach or cyber attack. It's your organization's playbook for managing cyber incidents, outlining the steps to take when an incident occurs to minimize damage and downtime. The importance of having a well-defined incident response plan cannot be overstated. It's like having a fire drill procedure. You hope you'll never need it, but if a fire breaks out, you'll be glad you have it. When a cyber incident strikes, every second counts. The longer it takes to respond to a breach, the more severe the damage can become. A well-crafted incident response plan helps organizations respond quickly, minimizing the impact of a cyber incident. But it's not just about rapid response. An incident response plan also ensures swift recovery. It outlines the steps to take to get systems back up and running, and how to restore normal operations as quickly as possible. This can mean the difference between a minor hiccup and a major disruption to your business. In addition, a comprehensive incident response plan includes steps for communicating with stakeholders, from employees to customers to regulatory bodies, about what has occurred and what is being done to remedy the situation. Clear and timely communication can help maintain trust and confidence in your organization during a crisis. In a world where cyber threats are a reality, having an incident response plan is an essential part of any organization's cybersecurity strategy. It's not just about preventing incidents, but also being prepared to handle them when they do occur. A well-executed incident response plan can turn a potential catastrophe into a manageable situation. Let's take a moment to review what we've discussed today. Cybersecurity, as we've established, is not just a buzzword. It's a necessity in our interconnected world. It begins with a thorough risk assessment, which allows us to understand our vulnerabilities and prioritize our efforts. Implementation of security measures is the next crucial step. This could range from installing firewalls and antivirus software to securing our networks and databases. But technology alone can't protect us. Our employees are a vital part of the security chain, and that's why training them is so essential. They need to recognize threats and understand how to respond. Lastly, we've talked about the importance of having a robust incident response plan. It's not about if a cybersecurity incident will occur, but when. Being prepared will help minimize damage and recover faster. Remember, in the world of cybersecurity, the best defense is a good defense. Stay safe, stay secure,